Hi, welcome to my channel. My name is Chrissy and I am going to be giving you a channeled psychic reading for February. Now, I just close my eyes and I just let my guides get messages to you. So if you've tapped on this video, there's a chance that there's going to be a message in here, so stay watching. And I'm just going to close my eyes and we'll just get started. Now, I'm really getting that our voices are being heard to the far reaches of the earth. So they're kind of showing me all these lines are kind of shooting out from us now. And I don't just mean us as a person, I mean us as a collective. It feels like things are being shared. It's almost like they're showing me that real pushback. So information that's coming out, and there's a lot of pushback, but then there's a lot of push as well. So I'm getting this push, 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 and that's something that's coming up a lot in February. I feel like there's going to be a lot of this pushing back. People are really tired, they're exhausted, they're not going to take just being dictated to, being told what to do. I feel like those days are kind of being left behind in February. I feel like there's going to be a big mass movement forward. I'm not exactly sure how this is going to show itself around the globe. I think it's going to show itself in different ways actually. A lot of us out there are really suffering a lot of this dystopia and tyranny and these kind of dictatorships, and it's becoming very, very obvious now that I think we can sort of pretty much say that a lot of this wasn't actually based around a lot of the health issues, that this is becoming a much more political, and people are wanting to get informed. People are wanting the real information now that's starting to kind of filter out. So this is why I'm getting that push and then the pushback. February, there's going to be heaps of talk still around climate change. I feel like climate change, in brackets to me, I'm not in bracket, in exclamation marks, is just a statement. It's like a blanket statement that's just being put over everything. So it's saying everything to do with the temperature changes, with the snow, not being as much snow around the globe. Everything is being put under this blanket title of climate change. But climate change is something that has always evolved throughout the years, and there's also a lot of natural climate change. So we have to look at these things from a very objective point of view too. Like, again, it comes back to what we're being fed and what are we being told and what are we being guided to believe. And I think that's where people have a lot of this mistrust now moving forward, coming into February, that even these things around climate change and what's going on currently out there around the globe, I think a lot of it is not actually going to be believed, and people are going to sort of turn their back now and they're going to start to shrug things off a little bit more. I don't think people are going to get really caught up with that climate change thing anymore. I think people's eyes are being wide open and they're starting to see a lot of the truths. They're starting to find out what's really going on and why we're being fed certain amounts of information, and I still feel that's going to be around climate change. Now I'm getting in February that the agendas have been implemented. So I feel like the platforms have been laid. So it's almost like they're showing me the unfolding of a board game. So they've put the board game base down. You know, it's like if you lay out Monopoly or Scrabble or Trivial Pursuit, you always put the board down first. And now you've got to look at who's going to play. So I feel like in February, this is what we're kind of looking at. That's what they're showing me, is that we're looking at, you know, pick your colour. Are you going to be a red person? Are you going to go on the board as a green person? So we're all picking like our colours now and what we're going to play on the board. So I feel like this is going to start to feel like a game moving forward. And I know that sounds far-fetched, but I think for anyone watching this video, you can probably really relate to that, because it does feel like we're actually in a game. And we're going to be sort of picking who we're going to play in this game. Now, they're also showing me that there's a centralized piece on the board. So it's almost like if you think of the game Trouble, I don't know if anyone out there has played Trouble, it has a little dome and it actually has the dice inside it, and you actually press the dice to see what numbers come up. So that's like built into the board. So I feel like this is what's built into the board. There's like this mainframe in the middle, and they're sort of it's rolling the dice, or you could say like tossing the coin to see who gets to make the next move. So I feel like there's still a lot of this control and manipulation from these central hubs, I guess you could say, that are still dictating to the masses of who's going to make the next move. And that could be around, for example, just just those little breakdowns in society that we've all experienced with separation, division, divide. It's going to be how we're going to get them to make the next move. And well, there's the unvaccinated that are protesting. Let's get them to make the next move by pushing them even more, and they're going to have to make a move on the board. So this is kind of what I'm getting. This is how I'm seeing things playing out in February. There's going to be more pushing, and then there's going to be more pushing back. So I feel like that strength still, unfortunately, is in the center of this board game, and all the people are still being dictated to. And even though that's just a minority of people that are making these decisions, they still have a lot of strength and power. So I still feel like February, there's still going to be a lot of this resistance, the pushing against each other. I'm definitely getting that people are really tired. People are tired. They're weary. It's showing me someone laying in like a tent, and they're just wanting to have like a nap virtually. It's like that weary energy where you just are camping and there's nothing to worry about. You're just looking at the trees. You've gone into your tent to have a little quiet nap out in nature. You can hear the birds, the trees, and I feel that's the energy that people have got. They're at that point where they are feeling so weary that they could easily just detach and, for example, go and just collapse and have a big sleep in a tent away from all the drama and all the chaos and all that sort of confusion. That's how people are feeling. They are really battle weary now, and everybody is getting tired. And I mean everybody. This isn't just about one side or those people over there are tired and these people are tired. This is everybody's tired. Unvaccinated people are tired of being pushed around and being vilified. Vaccinated people are sick of being given orders and having to queue up and get tested and have things jabbed in their arms. And there's people in the middle who are just tired of the whole experience in general, who sort of are neutral in it all, but they're even tired. So it feels like everybody's getting tired of the manipulation and this game that's still, I believe, being structured, and that's why it's showing me that board game on the table, and it's sort of like the plebs are still over here waiting to make, what's going to be our next move? What can we do? So I think, these higher powers are ready to sort of press that dome again and get that dice moving and seeing what number they're going to draw up next. So there's kind of this little lull. But I think in February there's going to be some real shake-ups. I don't think things are going to stay dormant for very long. We might have a week or two of kind of just normality, but I really feel like February's going to really bring with it some really big shifts. This is going to be right around the globe. This is going to be on a really, really big global scale, because I really believe that people who understand how energy works know that by coming together, it can emit a very good vibration, and that's where these pushes are going to start to happen. I think we can already see that in Canada. They've had the truck drivers pushing back this week, and they've had thousands upon thousands of them in a great big convoy in Canada, and it's been an incredible sight to see people just really fighting back for their freedoms. And it doesn't matter if they're vaxxed or unvaxxed. This is about people uniting and coming together, and I really believe that that's what's going to be happening a lot in February. We're definitely going to see more of this movement forward to make some changes and try to sort of, in some weird way, get our lives sort of back to some sort of way of having that voice and being heard. In February, people won't be silenced anymore. I feel like a lot of things are happening at the moment, and I know if anyone's been following is it Joe Rogan and Dr. Malone, there's a lot, Robert Malone I think it is, are being taken off platforms. They're trying to eliminate and fact check, and everything's sort of being, this is where it's coming to that crumbling now, that things are actually starting to crumble, but they're being rebuilt. So what I said in one of my earlier videos, I think it was at the end of last year, is that the the platforms that we're using, like YouTube and this sort of thing, will start to separate and be divided, and it will be directed to the people that it needs to be. And this is what I think is happening. These things are crumbling, and people are building up their channels in other areas. So they're looking at other avenues and ways to get this collective message out there. So I feel like February there's going to be a lot of this rebuilding of information. Truths will come out more. I feel like this is definitely something that's going to happen, and that's what was happening when I said about people are starting to see things differently. I mean, some people will really want to stay in that sort of metaverse that's being created over here, but I feel there's going to be a real it's almost saying like an army of people who are going to unite, and they're going to build this platform, and I feel like then that's when we're going to be on that more even keel, and I really believe that's in February. We're going to start to get a lot more truths out, there's going to be a lot more honesty, and I really believe that people are wanting to hear that now. Sadly, I do feel for a lot of people that are caught in the, well, they call it the mass psychosis, which I think we can all pretty much say is currently happening around the globe. I don't think you have to be the brightest spark to see that there is something sort of very big that's at play. So I think you've got to kind of step away from those things, because it's not healthy to get caught up in that energy. So people will look for that light kind and that support, and I think in February that's still going to be very, very important, that you get that support and you be around light kind, and you slowly kind of pull yourself away and sort of drift away slowly from people that aren't serving you anymore, or people that are squashing you, or you're not being heard. All that's going to do in you is cause you frustration, and it's like really problematic, because you can't understand that they're not using their logical mind, but that's what's actually happening. And I've said that before, they've got different glasses on, they just can't see this the way that we can from living in different dimensions, because a lot of us that are sort of fighting for our freedoms and this kind of thing are living from a more open sort of sensitivity, I guess you would say, that we do receive a lot of different messages. We're not just living in that 3D kind of matrix anymore. A lot of us are starting to use more of our senses, and we're more opened up to synchronicities and the signs and the things that are happening around us. And that's why we get led, because we're intuitive and we listen to our gut feelings, and we listen to, well, this just doesn't feel right, something isn't right here, this isn't comfortable for me. So keep listening to those messages, because that's the message I'm getting for February, and I think that's how you'll start to steer onto that sort of path that you're meant to be being taken. So don't be fearful anymore, just be you, stay strong and stay happy and healthy, and find those moments. If you are tired, go and have a rest. Sometimes we just need to have a nap, and you can wake up quite refreshed. Do those things that are going to revive you as well and re-energize you in February. So look, thanks for watching today. I hope my tips are helping you out there. I just let the guides channel through and get these messages to you. I have many videos as well I talk about on self-help, so many that can help you around how to learn to live in the now, and how to get through depression or feeling lonely, or any situations that might rise up. I know suicide is definitely something that's coming up, and I've got a lot on there, having been through experiences myself. So please go check those out. Subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to hit the notification button, and then you'll be informed when my videos come up. Hit the like buttons, because we need to be passing these messages around. Certainly share my videos if you think anybody would love to hear them, and I appreciate you guys commenting down below. I love hearing from you and what all our experiences are. It's great to share, and then we don't feel so isolated in our kind of madness. So look, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.